So this afternoon we're going to do some harvesting of honey. We checked our hives a couple of days ago just to make sure that they had honey in them, and this particular one is full. So as you can see, this hive is divided into 3 parts. So the bottom 2 parts are where we expect brood and food stores to be, and then when they've collected enough food stores, they'll then start filling up the honey super at the top here. So this is where we harvest the honey. We never harvest honey from in this part here, because that's where they're actually, this part is where they're actually taking their food from, where they're actually consuming it. I'll start taking the super off. I'm wearing a bee hat. Whilst these guys are stingless, they do tend to bite. Some will bite if they get a bit cranky if you're touching their hive. So as you can see, this one's chock-a-block full of beautiful honey. There's lots of bees in there, so when we actually harvest this honey, we want to be very careful. We want to try and minimise the damage, well, try and minimise the deceased bees. So what I'm going to do now, you can see that we've got lots of honey pots. This honey super is very full, so I'm going to very carefully pop these honey pots. If you get in nice and close there, I'm going to try and pop all these. Now I don't want to do too much damage to this particular super, because what happens is once I've finished taking the honey out, and obviously we won't get all the honey, but once I've finished taking the honey out and we put this honey super back on the hive, they'll use all this material to rebuild within the hive and within the honey super. So let's have a go. So I've just now popped all the honey pots. I've tried to avoid some of the pollen pots because that can sometimes make your honey taste a bit funny. I'm going to flip it over and just pretty much let it drain. Look at that beautiful honey coming through. This will take quite some time, and we'll try and rescue as many bees as we can. So each of these jars have been sterilised to make sure, obviously all our materials are clean. This honey here has been, we've just sifted it, we just put it through a metal sieve. You'll notice I had a lid on it to make sure that we didn't get any bees in the honey. And all that beautiful honey, that's about 280 grams worth. So we've still got another couple of jars to go. Now you can store your honey in the fridge or in the cupboard. We tend to keep ours in the fridge. It's a lot sweeter in the cupboard at room temperature, but yeah, we've always kept ours in the fridge. Let's see how many more we get. There we go. Oh, I've got a bee in there. Don't lose her. So as you can see, we've just finished our harvest. So we've ended up with 5 jars plus a small one that we're going to give to some friends. All up, it was about 1.4 kilos of honey, which is pretty amazing considering they're such small insects that they've produced this within 12 months. And this is just their extra stores that we've taken from their honey super. As you can see, our honey super's back on the hive. We've had to clean the hive up pretty well because when you're harvesting honey, obviously there's lots of insects and other things that will try and get in. and that are attracted to the honey. This stuff is like liquid gold. Other people are selling them in small jars for exorbitant prices. You can only describe the taste is, it's amazing. It's probably, if you've never tasted bush honey, it's probably like nothing you've ever tasted before. It's pretty awesome. We use it, there's a whole heap of medicinal properties and everything that it provides, but apart from that, it's just awesome. The fact that you can create this in your own backyard.